how do you get notified when someone comes to your website and fills out a form that looks just like this, and you get notified as a business owner? That is one of the biggest questions I get with people who just want to be notified. There's a couple different ways to do it. We're going to go over two today. My name is Andy with Oscar Can Do It. If you like this kind of content and want to help boost the algorithm so more people can see it, go ahead, like and subscribe. If you have questions about this, be sure to go ask questions in the comments. We're more than happy to help. So let's get into it. So there are going to be some things that you are going to need. Let me exit out of this. So the very first way we're going to show you is actually through a system called Go High Level. This is our Oscar Can Do It. This is our Oscar CRM. We white labeled this. If you want more information about this, we're more than happy to help you get set up on Go High Level through links down below in our bio or in the description. But you will need Go High Level for one of the ways. The other way is going to be completely different. But let's start it off. So what is needed first? We need to have a form. So down here, if we go to sites, if we click on sites, we're going to go to forms. Okay, if we go to form builder, this is where we're going to see this form has already been made, but you can go click on this, and this is where the form builder lives. So you can go in and create all of these as you want. There's a bunch of different options over here that we could easily go in, and email is already in here. But let's add the city into here. Let's say we want to add city. And you can see I literally just clicked on this little block, drug it over here. And as I click on this, you can see a bunch of different settings right here. I can change the placeholder, and we can say enter state. So right there, that changes the text that's inside of the field. I can make this 100%. And I can make it required. I can make it hidden. I can do a lot of different things right here. And I can also X out of this because I don't want to save this. But let's say you have some custom options that aren't built in to Go High Level. And you're like, I need this to be put in there. So what we can do is go up to custom fields. And you can see all of these different categories right here. And you can see there's one question right here. There is 4 appointments questions right here. These are all dummy questions that we've already asked. And a way that you can go and get these in here, I like adding them into here only after I've already sorted them. So these big categories right here, you can't add those directly in here. You can only add the question. So you can, like, if I wanted to add something under marketing, cool, I can do it straight through here. But if I had a whole other category like qualifications, let's just pretend qualifications wasn't in here, I'd have to go back out of here. And then I'd go to settings down here in the bottom. We're going to go to custom fields. So custom fields, this is going to show us all of our fields. But if we go right here to folders, we can see contact, general information, additional, all this other stuff. But let's just say we want to add a folder. Let's just do notification folders. That way you know I'm not full of crap, stuff like that. We're going to click save. And so notification folders right here. I can double click on this now that I've made the folder, and I can say add a field. Let's just gonna do notification demo. Okay, so notification demo. I'm just gonna make this a placeholder. I've already created this group and I've already attached it to this group, so we're gonna click save. So now this notification is right here. So the reason why this is really big is because if we go back out of here and we go into contacts, the reason why we're doing all this, I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of backstory. So right here, all of this information you can see. So here's qualification, notification folder right here. So now you see what we just created right there. You see all these other questions right underneath here. So it's a way to stay organized with your leads. So when somebody fills out all the information on your form, it has a place to go. So that's the reason why that is. But now that this notification folder is there, let's go back to sites. And we're going to go to form builder. And we're going to go back to Terry's test just because that's the one that we have. So we can go back to custom fields. Now notification folder is there, so you don't think I'm full of crap. I literally just made it. So let's go add another one. Well, actually, hold on. Let me go open this up so you can see there's nothing in here. So notification demo. And we're going to add a new single line. And let's do notification, if I could spell, notification demo 2. So I'm going to do notification demo 2. And again, you name these whatever you want to, as you have questions, drop down, stuff like that. And you can see if I go back, let me copy this real quick. I didn't go through this before. If we go back, you can see that there is a single line. Multi-line would be like if you want somebody to put in a message. Text box list, numbers, phone, monetary, single drop down, multi drop down. Multiple drop down would be if somebody has multiple choices. Radio button is like a yes or no question. Check boxes, they can choose multiple. Like everything is displayed, but you can have multiple choices. Date picker, obviously it is. File upload, signature. All these things are self-explanatory, but I just want to make sure you guys knew what that is. So let me go back in here, paste that in there, and we can click save. Oh, my bad. So we need to make sure that notification folder, we know that that's in there. We're going to click save. Okay, so you can see it automatically, give it a second, it's going to show up right up underneath here. Boom, now we've added another question. That's what I was saying, if we go add this later on. And now if I were to go back into the contact us, I'm not going to do that right now. But if we go back into the contact list, we can see notification demo 2 is going to be in that list for the contact. So you have that in there. So now we've made the form. Over here on the far right hand side up in the top, you can see styles and options. This is where you can get customizable with your form. You can get the width, the spacing, the this, the that, show labels. So if I do this, it's going to show labels. I don't want to show the labels because I do have all of these extra. Oh, I don't have that in there. So type of property. Let's go put the placeholder in there. That's a good reason to go back. So we have that in there. We can go right here, change this button. And we can change this to get started. Okay, and then down here in the background, we can go change this to, let's change it to I don't know, like an orangish color. Cool. Let's go. If you know the exact color hex code, go ahead, put it in there. You're good to go. And this has a couple extra features, a couple extra in there because it's going to do the opacity right here. So if we want to make this a hidden one, you can completely hide it. That doesn't make sense, but hey, it is what it is, to each his own. But a whole lot of different settings you can choose right here. It is what it is. Let's go back. Okay, so now you can see all these different things. Theme, options. Theme has a whole bunch of already preset like looks to the form. Options you can see on submit. This is great because then we can actually go and say, okay, let's put a message right here. Or if we have a specific page, like a page that is going to give them more information or take them to the download or whatever, we can say, okay, let's go open a URL after this is filled out. But the thing with that is you got to create that page on your WordPress site, and all you do is just copy the full URL and you just go and paste it into here. We're just going to do a message. It is what it is. Facebook pixel, you can add your Facebook pixel ID in here. Pixel event, you can choose which event this is. Form submission, you can go and change all these. There are some advanced settings right here where you can actually change the background, change the input, label, stuff like that. I'm not getting into form creation and stuff, but we just want to make sure you know where those are. So, long story short, we have all of this form created. We created our custom fields. We made it exactly how we want. How do we get it into the site? So, we are going to create integrate. Okay, so integrate inline right here. So we want to do inline because we don't want it to be a pop-up. We don't want it to be a polite slide-in, and we don't want it to be a sticky sidebar. So we are going to make this an inline. So there's a bunch of different, there's a bunch of different ones right here. You can go customize it as you want, but we are going to copy the embed code. So all I do is click this button. It copies down the clipboard, as you can see right there. Boom, now we got it. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, okay, I want that form. Let's go ahead and put it right up underneath proof of quality is on the roof. Okay, so let's go to edit with Elementor. So we're going to wait for Elementor to update. Well, not update, but get into edit mode. And as soon as this pops up, we are going to, when my computer wants to do it, we're going to scroll down right here. Okay, so right here you see this. So now how do we go and add this in here? Cool, let's go. Oop, don't want that jumped up, but it's all right. So let's go up to this top plus sign right here, and now we want to click on HTML. Okay, Now, this form is not going to look correct going into this space because it's not going to be wide enough. So what you would want to do is add it into a space to the side right here. But we're going to do it just for grins right now. Drag this HTML block right here. And now I'm going to right click and paste. Okay, so that whole code is all right here. Okay, so now this form appears right here. So you see, here's the form. It is what it is. It's right. It does look kind of out of place right there. Okay, cool. Let's go move this up underneath here. And all I did was just drag it on up to here. And now you see the form. It's kind of scrunched in there. It's built to adjust based off of mobile devices. So that's why now it's not side by side. And so it is what it is. So this form is already into a pop-up, so we are going to delete this. But this is how you can input this form into here. If you want to know how to input a form into a pop-up, definitely leave a comment on this video, and I'll definitely make a video and send it to you so that way you're good to go. But we've already set this up to be this right here. But essentially, you click on this. We've already set it to a pop-up. Cool. Click publish. Okay. So we have this on our website. We have the form. How do we get notified? Okay. So with that said, we are going to go back to Go High Level, and we're going to get back out of here because we've already created the form. It is what it is. So now let's go back to automations. Okay. And so now we're into here. And so if I go into, let's just go into demo, see if I can. Okay, so this is Terry submit, go to calculations, but let's go to, let's create a workflow. Let's just pretend like we're starting from scratch. Create a workflow, we're gonna start from scratch. You can do Terry form submission. Okay, so now we've named it, it is what it is. Now the trigger, that's going to be what starts off this whole chain of events. And so this right here is going to be our form submitted. Okay, so form submitted. And so right here, if you left it just like this, it would be any form that you have in your Go High Level setup. So we want to add a filter. Right here, we are going to form is. We want to say Terry test because that was the name of the form that we did. So we're going to click save trigger down here in the bottom right. So now our trigger, now anytime somebody submits that form, it is what it is. Let me go back up here and click view page. Okay, so now we can go do the actions. So the trigger is set up. Now we want to do actions. So we want to click plus. We want to do, now there's a couple different things we can do. We can go and notify that customer with a email. Okay, so we can just type in email. We can just send email. We can label this one, label this confirmation email. Okay, so we're going to be from Andy with Oscar. Oh, if I can spell Oscar, it's going to be support at oscarcandoit.com. And then the subject is we got your information. Okay, so now we got our information. You can actually input a template in here to make it look nice in HTML and stuff like that. But for these first emails, I would recommend just putting in a plain text and stuff like that. But if you want to get fancy, it is what it is. So now here's where all those fields come in handy. So if we go into here, we can say, hey, contact, and these are custom fields, so we can choose their first name. Add this little tag right here. You see how it comes up with code. So now it's just going to be pulling based off of the person's contact information, taking their information, putting it into the email to then send back to them. So that way it seems more customized and directly to them. We got your info from your form submission. Just to recap, here is a little bit of your info. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then I need to go refresh my brain. What is the questions that we asked? Okay, so we have we have full name, email, phone, credit. Okay, so that's what we're gonna put into here. We're not gonna go through everything because you can. So we got email address, phone credit score. Let's add a couple more so that way you don't think I'm full of crap. Let's do type of property after repair value. Okay, so we're going to end it with that. Type of property after repair value. Okay, so now we're going to go do the same thing. We're going to go click this tag right here. We're going to go choose email address. We're going to go right here, do a double space. That way we got a little bit of spacing in there. Phone, and we're going to do credit score. Now you're like, oh, well, where's credit score? So let's do custom values. And now we can go see right here, credit score. So we are the type of property. We want to do the same thing. We want to go to type of property. And then we're going to do tag and then after repair value. So you see all these other tags are in here. So they're literally just as if somebody fills them out, they're going to get pulled in. And as you can see, notification demo 2, these are ones that we created. So you can see that they're in there too. So now we're going to click save action. But now you're like, okay, we've sent an email to the customer, but I want to get a notification as a business owner. Now we can click plus. We can do internal notification. We can say, okay, we want to send an email, an app notification, or an SMS. So if we want to send an email and an SMS, we're going to have to create 2 different blocks. Again, we're going to do new form, submit, and then down here at the bottom, you're going to say a new form submission. Then we can just say contact, full name, and then again, you can do the same thing. Whatever notifications you want to get, we can say they're interested in a whatever property type they are, and then after repair value. If those are the things that are important to you, but then you can make it easy on yourself where you can add their phone number. And then if we want to go back right here, just click this arrow. We can add their phone number and then add their email right there. Okay, so this is basically like an email that's coming back to them. So I'm going to copy this because I'm going to want to duplicate this for the text message. So this is the email that's going out. We can click save, and you can do a test email down here at the bottom if you want to, so you can test it out and make sure it comes to you. We're going to click save. Okay, so now we've done this action. Custom field input. Okay, so we need to actually, the user type, we need to go and say, okay, we want to go to a particular user, but let's go to all users. We want everyone in our team to get this. If you want to do an assigned user, a particular user, you can do that. So let's click save now, and this should save. Cool. But this is the, let me go label this because I like doing email. So that way I know which one is which. So we're going to click save. Now let's click on another one. Internal notification for SMS. We're going to go do all users, and we want to do the same thing. We want to submit all this information. Okay, so this is internal notification SMS. Okay, so this is not out of the box able to be done. So if you ever want to do SMS, you do have to go through A2P compliance, which means you got to have an EIN number. You got to have the things to be able to send a text message. Is it hard? No, but if you have you got to have all the information to be a valid business to get approved. So that's kind of the caveat around text messages. Yes, you can send text, and once you get A2P compliant, you can actually go and send a text message to the customer to say, hey, you're able to, like do the thing. Here's the link, whatever it is you want to do to start that. But the only thing is that you got to have a A2P compliant message down here that they have to opt into. So they have to give you permission in order to send text messages. That's my PSA for today. But that is how you get notifications within here. So we're going to go. So this is the very, very first thing. So we actually took a form from Go High Level and embedded it onto the website, made it look nice because this is a title that's in Elementor right here. We can put our own information, got the form right here, customize it. It is what it is, but you can get the form. And so now if I do Andrew Page, let's do, phone number. Let's do 770-123-6789, whatever it is, a page at test email.com, credit score, is a, I don't know, 750, property type single family. After repair value is $32,000. As is value is $12,000. Is a really cheap property. Actual purchase price is going to be $5,000. How many property have you flipped in the past year? Let's just say 5, because that's one of my numbers. Renovation amount, let's do $50,000. None of these numbers make sense, so it doesn't matter. Then let's do 15 Perry Street, Noonan, TA 30263. That's where my virtual office is. Click this and click Get Started. So now you can see, before I click Submit, I'm going to go in here, and this is how you validate it. So we're going to click Publish, go and click Save. Okay, so now when somebody fills out that information, we can go in here to execution history. There's no enrollment history. There's execution logs. So there's nothing in here that you can see that I've ever done this before or whatever. So let's go in here and click Submit. Oh, I need to do a valid phone number. So let's do, let me do, well, you know, I'm going to do my business line. So let's, I know you can see half of my screen right now, but we're going to, all right, so let's do my business line. Get started. Okay, so now we have that message that we did. Thank you for completing the form. Let's go back to Go High Level. Let's refresh this page, and you should see my information. If all things worked. Yep, Andrew Page right here. So now you can see at March 6th at 4:10 p.m. It is 4:11 p.m. So it was right on the dot. You can see internal SMS. This did not go out because you can't send text messages. So we are not HTTP compliant. So it's going to stop right there. Execution logs. You can kind of see where everything went and then finished. So it says it executed, but it did not. So this is where you can see all my information. And so let's click on my name. So a page at test email. If we go click on this opens up a new tab. As soon as you see my contact information, so you can see Andrew Page, a page at test email, contact source is Terry Test, because that's what we put it as. So now let's go under qualifications. Let's go see, okay, so there's 750, single family, all this stuff. So this is all the information that so we actually did a calculation. So this is where one of the automations we did actually calculated down payment amount, max loan amount, and then total loan amount. So that's where, again, those numbers don't make sense, but you know, you can see I've filled in the information that you saw me do. So now this email, we don't have email connected, so it did not go through. It did not connect to test email. Well, actually, we do have email connected, but it was a bad email address. So this email did not go through, but you can see, hey, I got your form submission, blah, blah, blah. Here's all of your information. So that information would have been sent to me as well. So you can see, hey, this is what happened. So that is the very first way that we're going to set up how to do a form. Now let's go into the second way. So now the second way is we are going to go into here, and we are going to click plus. We're going to use Elementor's built-in features. Elementor. Nope, we're going to type in form, my bad. So we're going to click on form, and I'm going to just drag this form right into here. And so right here it says name, email, phone, name, email, message. So let's add another one, and let's do text. Let's do telephone right there. And we're going to do phone number, placeholder, phone number. Okay, so now we're going to do that, and we're going to drag this up, and let's just say we want email and phone right beside each other. So we're going to go to column width right here, and all I do is click on the block. We're going to go up to induce 50. You see it made it smaller. Phone, we are going to do this, and we're going to make this 50. And I don't really like showing labels, so that means we get to do this. And so here is the form submission right here. And so with that, you can go in and actually go and make all the different form questions that you want. I'm not going to sit here and go through all of them, but you can go in and make those make those form questions and stuff like that. Change the button. You can go change the send to get started, so that way it's more proactive. And then action after submission, we want to do collect submission and email. Okay, so the email right here, we want to make sure that all the email, so it's going to go to who, and then we're going to go from the email, reply to the email, stuff like that. This will send the email back to yourself. So that way, Elementor does have a like install for being able to do send mailer. But we're going to keep this as simple as possible, so you can go change the from email address to whatever you want. The name on the account, the reply to message is going to be to whoever the email address is. And you can carbon copy. Actually, you can carbon copy no, we're going to keep it simple. So yeah, but there's not a step process. So yeah, so here is all the information. So we're going to click publish. And so one of the things that you need to do with this that I've found to be really handy is after you get this built, after you get this set up, I'm going to just go ahead and delete this because it is what it is. Because I'm not connecting my other email accounts to this. But once you get the form submitted, once you get the form created in Elementor, we can go back out to our WordPress dashboard, and then you just need to make sure that you have one of two plugins connected. So, and these two plugins are going to be what's called SMTP, but they're going to be a little higher level of authentication. So if you have Google, this is going to be the one that you want. Let's just make sure I didn't download it. Okay, so we're going to go add new. So I'm in the back end of WordPress, just so you know. We are in plugins, and I'm going to go up here to the top to add new plugins. And we're going to type in over here in the search, we're going to do SMTP. Okay, and we're going to wait for it to show up. And so this WP Mail SMTP is great. We can go click install. Now this one is free if you have Google. Okay, so I'm not sure how they're connected and stuff like that in the way of making that one free, because if we go skip to dashboard, you can see that there's a bunch of other email connections that you can see right here. You can force email to be from and name and stuff like that. But you can see there's a couple different ones. If I choose Gmail, this is fine. But if I go to Outlook, this is a paid feature. So this is where, okay, if you want to spend the money to be able to add Outlook in here and you absolutely like it, I'm going to show you a different way to add Outlook. But if you have Mailgun, Mailjet, any of these other ones, you can go connect via SMTP, so it is what it is. Or if you have another SMTP provider, you can see all the information down here below. Again, too many to go into, but I wouldn't rely on the base level server PHP sending model because it's not crazy reliable. It is what it is. But if we choose Google, you can see down here, go through these Google documentations to be able to get the client ID, the client secret, go put in the authorized URI into the account, and then you just have to go in and authorize and stuff like that. So it is what it is. It's a couple steps to the process, but it is what it is. And then if we go back out to plugins, yes, I'm going to leave. If we go back out to plugins, yeah, so here's this one. Now let's go find the Microsoft 365. So we're going to do 365. It should be one of the top ones. So you would want to use this Open Graph right here, emailer. This is the one that is a whole lot easier to connect with. Let's click install. And activate. And then basically you're going to go through the same process with this one as you would the SMTP. So I have this WP SMTP already set up. So that is down here on the bottom left. You can see here settings. You can actually do test emails and stuff like that. This WPO 365, this is where you're going to go in and you're going to go connect your Google, your Microsoft account. So you're going to go in and click enable on this, and as soon as you click enable, it should try to start working and go have you log in and do the things and stuff like that. So if you go click configure, now it's going to take you over here, but you can go onto this online directory documentation to where you can go get the client ID, application, the client ID, the tenant ID, client secret, stuff like that, and then you just put your email address right here, and then you go and you can go do your test emails right here, and then you just go save and configure. You know, it's gonna, that documentation is gonna walk you through the process. But this is how, two different ways that you can go through and send emails. One is based off of a CRM. The other one is going to be based off of just you recording that in your emails. Oh, also with under Elementor, you can go see submissions right here. As people submit forms, you can see the form submissions. I guess we did a dummy one on February 26th. But this is where you can see all the form submissions. You can go export them to CSV. So then you can do whatever you want to with it. So one is going to cost you a little bit more money than others, but this is how you can go create a WordPress form, create a form and get notified when somebody fills out that form. So my name is Andy with Oscar. If you like this kind of content, again, like and subscribe down below. We actually have a group that that has a whole bunch of other content in here that if you're interested in this, go join it. It's join.oscarcandoit.com. We have a bunch of different courses. We have a whole different discussion area right here. So paid ads is going to happen in about 4 hours. So you see all the different content. We have learning. We have a bunch of different courses. All, if you're a member, you get them for free, except for this one. This one's paid, but it is what it is. We have a bunch of events on a daily basis. As you can see here, we have a paid ads support happening at 8 p.m. So if you do become a member, you can go click on these. You can go join our paid ads call, go share your screen, stuff like that, and you can ask questions, go get direct help from ad managers that run multi-million-dollar campaigns, and stuff like that. So if you enjoy this content, again, we'd love the love. Otherwise, check us out on our next video, and we will see you on the next one.